Nick and Leslie talking holiday cheer. Hallmark movies, cozy nights, and a festive review today. Hey, grab a seat and a sweet treat, cozy up, push play. Movie cheers, what you'll hear this Hallmark movie day.
So we are coming to you live from the Halloween on Central Market in St. Petersburg, Florida. Sunny St. Petersburg, Florida.
I am Mariner.
Oh, yeah.
And Boimler here.
Boimler. Yes, sorry, Boimler. We are dressed as the Star Trek Lower Decks characters.
Yes.
So I'm vending at this market today, selling my tarot decks and games and stuff, and Leslie, my wonderful wife, is helping me, supporting me today.
Well, you know, I also get a market for real estate as I'm a real estate agent.
Yep.
If anyone needs a real estate agent in the Tampa Bay area or any referrals out of state or international, here we are. I'm with Real 21 Group Sunshine.
So because we had to do this today and we had like 4 hours to set up and it only took us like 90 minutes, we figured might as well bring the camera and do some recording while we're here rather than having to do it at home when we're done with everything and exhausted.
Because we know you demand to hear our review.
Yes, you do demand it for sure. All right, here we go. I got my notes. So today we're going to be discussing the Hallmark original, which was released yesterday, the 26th of October. It is the Christmas Charade, or the Christmas Charade. Either way, let's play that trailer.
They call it the Heart of Christmas, worth over $10 million. It is the centerpiece at the mistletoe ball. I will be able to figure out who's going to steal it. Remember, it's supposed to be a couple.
So much fun.
What if we created a fake necklace and we could let it get stolen?
She is bold. Gotta give her that.
The Christmas Charade. All new Saturday, October 26th at 8 on Hallmark Channel.
All right, Leslie, what did you think of the Christmas Charade?
It was fantastic. I highly recommend watching it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It had me a couple of times of, what? Yes.
Yes, it was great. It definitely felt, I'm going to say definitely a lot, I always do. It felt like they were really stretching the budget that they had in a good way. I love when they shoot for the stars and then just kind of like end up landing in the ocean, because that's fun.
Right.
So I'll do the plot this time. So this centers around a woman named Whitney who is a librarian. Her parents they run a security company, and she is constantly afraid of everything. So she never dates, never does anything exciting. She has a friend.
She's skeptical of online dating.
Yes, and because she's worried that someone's lying or they're going to kidnap her or something. So
very heavy on stats.
Yes. So her friend, who she works with, convinces her to go on a blind date with her cousin's friend, or her friend's cousin, or her husband's cousin, something like that. So she goes to the blind date, to the restaurant, and she ends up sitting at the table with the wrong person.
It's a blind date mix-up.
Yeah, blind date mix-up. The person she sits at the table with is an undercover FBI agent trying to find someone who's been stealing expensive jewelry and artifacts and stuff. And so he thinks it is this particular person, so he is going undercover to meet with this person and their wife as they organize this gala. So he's trying to get like an invite to this gala.
The mistletoe ball.
Yeah, and he was expecting a different undercover FBI agent to pose as his girlfriend in this scene, but instead this girl sits down right as that couple shows up. So mix up, yes, and like
everyone's wearing a dark green sweater.
Yes, yeah.
So that is how they were going to meet each other.
So convoluted as hell. They end up now having to pretend that they are dating so that they can continue on with this charade. She also in this meeting somehow gets a job as an event planner for the jingle ball, the mistletoe ball.
Mistletoe ball.
Yep. So now this is like the sixth out of 6 movies that involve an event planner as a profession so far. So All right, so she's the event planner of this event, and then he has to like train her how to be an undercover FBI
His name
agent.
is Agent Josh Dawson, and
Yes.
he's like a rogue undercover FBI agent.
Yeah, he hates
has that
working with
persona.
partners. Yeah, he only likes to be with himself.
Yeah.
And he's his undercover name is Johnny.
Johnny.
The woman who was supposed to be his fake girlfriend was Kelly, Agent Tanner. So, meanwhile, while they're undercovering, trying to figure out how they can figure out who it is that's going to steal this jewelry or swap it with a fake that has a tracker in it, they inadvertently run into Whitney's coworker. And Whitney's like, "Who's this?" And the agent quickly, Agent Josh, undercover, quickly says, "Oh, I'm her boyfriend." And the coworker's like, "Oh, you have a boyfriend? Why didn't you go to that blind date? Is this why?" Anyway, so that news ends up going to her parents. So now she's like, "Well, shit, to keep this up, we have to have dinner with my parents." And he's all nervous because he's never met a girl's parents before, and
'Cause
he's
he
such
has
a
no
lone
family.
and he's such a lone wolf. Yeah,
A lone wolf.
And of course, Christmas means nothing to him. And then they end up figuring out the whole heist. There's some adorable like hanging from rope scenes as they try to steal stuff and very low budget spy things. It is quite a delight. All right, so that is the plot of the Christmas Charade. Let's see. I really liked Whitney's onesie as the movie starts off with her watching a spy movie.
It was a onesie? Oh, I thought it was just a long sleeve button-up pajama. Okay.
Well, whatever it is, it was
Anyway.
adorable as
As
she's
she was
eating
watching
cereal.
her spy movie, eating cereal in the
Yep.
morning.
I thought Mistletoe Ball was adorable. This is once again a situation where someone is organizing a huge Christmas event days before it is supposed to go off.
I like that the jewelry did have a little bit of a background to it. It was a German princess's necklace that was given to her by her American lover.
Yes, and it's called the Heart of Christmas.
And it's
It is
worth $10 million.
yes, it's a necklace.
Now, can I say, whenever they showed that necklace, I wanted to put it in my mouth. Have you ever had those strawberry candies that have
Yes.
the gel inside them? That's what those pieces look like. And I just want to pop them right in.
Yes,
Anyway.
same.
Yeah.
Wait, were they going to auction it at the event, or were they just showing it off?
That's a good question because it was a fundraising for Children's of the Arts. So I guess it was just they were showing it.
Yeah.
Because it only comes out once a year.
That was weird, but okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I love the wrong blind date thing. The chemistry between Josh and Whitney was great. Whitney was a wonderful actress.
I was gonna say,
Her
like,
face was adorable.
and it wasn't over. It was like good theatrical expressions. It was fantastic,
Yeah.
but also like he brings it up. Being an agent, you need to have a poker face, and she doesn't have a poker face, and the whole like montage of them.
Of him training her, yeah.
This film was full of montages. I
Yes.
love it. Of the, especially the agent training.
Oh, I love one of the things he had to teach her how to do to be a good spy is to text messages in her pocket without looking
Yes.
at the screen. So that was fun. Her trying to message him, and he just gets gibberish, and he's sending her like elaborate sentences. It was really cute. So when she first has to pretend that she is the girlfriend, not the undercover, that first date, like the Marks ask her what she does for a living, and she cracks under pressure and says ballroom dancer,
Ballroom dance.
which was hilarious because it turns out she does know how to dance. But I thought that was adorable. So when they come up with the plan to make a duplicate necklace with the tracker in it, they go to this jeweler, and the jeweler's like, they show her a photo, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I can make this. Give me a couple hours."
Give me a couple of hours. Now, I don't have the best of hands, but I don't have arthritis. I don't want to assume things, but like I would not be able to work that quickly on anything.
Like, you gotta find the stones.
Perfectly stones. And the weight of it. Also, like no one wanted to talk about, I know no one's messing with it, but
And you gotta cast gold. Like, this woman was like, she's like, "Oh, meanwhile, I also sell ornaments in my little gift shop."
and didn't even want to question, oh, I'm putting a tracker. And she's like, yep, give it here. I'll have it done.
There's no like oxyacetylene torches anywhere. There's
No.
no like giant rollers. There's no stampers.
She just happens to have all the stones perfectly cut.
Right.
And they're lab crafted rhinestones, whatever she calls it.
So let's see. Christmas is just another day, any other day for me. That was a quote from Josh. And of course, that broke Whitney's little heart.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that he had to meet the parents. That was really cute.
The dad was very overprotective.
I thought it was. I've noticed that there's a Hallmark tradition that once the goal of the two main characters has been set, there's going to be 3 instances of them failing to complete that goal before they finally are able to complete that goal.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with the what was the last movie we saw? Operation Nutcracker, where they kept having to run into that guy who had their suitcase going off of his planner. Every time they would show up, they would have just missed him, and it was failure, and then it happened. Same thing here, where they keep trying to figure out when they can swap this out with the dupe. Failure.
And so they're
success.
trying to switch out the dupe, but there's so many dupe things happening, and they're duped so many times that I love it. And it could be an object that they're duped with, if it's the necklace, or it could have been someone duped them with another distraction, and they're running after the wrong person, and it was good. And then the parents duping her the entire time of her life. They were secret FBI agents. Sorry, I was hitting the table. Oh. Secret FBI agents back in the day. And it was just adorable. She was emotional for no reason in my opinion.
She would. I guess they're like, oh, this movie's getting long in the tooth. We need to have an emotional beat.
I know, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
But it's just how everyone. Oh, that's a big, cute, fluffy puppy. We get distracted by our dogs passing by. Anyway, so the parents end up accidentally getting kidnapped while the heist was going on. And they were stopping the person taking the original real $10 million necklace. And so they were captured. And then boom, the time the FBI got them, they opened the back door and boom, there's the parents taking out the ones that were doing the kidnapping. And it was adorable. And that's when it came out about oh yeah, we were FBI agents. And then we got pregnant with you and we decided to retire.
And just get into home security.
And it was cute. And the mom is such a good actress too. Yes. I enjoyed her a lot. She was fun.
The dad was uncomfortable, but I think that was the point of the character.
Yeah.
And so when Josh does have to pretend he's the boyfriend and meet the parents, they play charades, of course. And there was a cute montage of them playing charades. And it's always weird watching people play charades when you don't hear the audio of people guessing because it's a montage. So everyone's just making silly faces.
But they did a good job with the father making fun of him without even I didn't catch on. I was like, why is he not saying reindeer when they were playing charade? He was just trying to get him to really act like a reindeer and get on all fours, humiliating a person, and we all laugh. The dad did do a good job at that, and unfortunately it made me laugh. But they knew something was up with their relationship. Something seemed weird. And so they had the name Johnny for her fake boyfriend, and so they called their connections, the parents, who again the retired FBI agents, called their old friends at the bureau and was like, hey, there's this guy dating blah blah blah, this is what's going on. They're like, can you see what's happening? And they're going to this ball, and they're like, oh, he's an undercover agent. They're just telling people about who's undercover agenting these days to retired agents. And so that's how they ended up buying tickets to the ball to help them out and see what was going on.
I also want to shout out Whitney's. After Whitney gets the job to be the event coordinator, and they go to meet this couple again at their house to talk about the event, I want to shout out the outfit she was wearing. It was a deep red kind of canvas texture with glittery thread sewn into it.
It was
gold buttons. It was beautiful.
Chanel suit material.
Yes, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was.
Meanwhile, the dress she wears to the mistletoe ball,
horrendous. Horrendous. That was too bright of a red that was going on. It washed her out. It was too thick of a material to. It just made her look extra boxy.
Yeah,
which
the neck
is okay,
was weird.
People can be boxy. That's perfectly fine. She didn't walk in it well because it wasn't for her body.
But she did manage to have a pretty convincing tango scene with Josh.
That was cute.
That was cute.
That was
I liked their
Hallmark
dancing.
magic there. All of
Yep.
a sudden, someone's got a tango. She whispers in his ear, "Follow my lead."
And so back to when Whitney finds out that her parents used to be FBI agent. She has to have an emotional breakdown over it, and she says to them, she needs some space. And then the parents show up the next day, and she's forgiven them.
It was not even 12 hours. It was 8. I think
Yeah.
they all went to bed and woke up Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Hallmark magic. People just coming back together, no problem.
Yep.
Just like Hallmark magic, they, Whitney and Joshua went down a rope, no gloves, barehanded down 3 stories. skin
Off the
attached.
museum. Yeah.
Off the museum, no issue. I'm like, what? Mind blown.
I like too how when they were going down the rope, he was like holding it at like level with his shoulder rather than like hanging.
Yes, yeah.
Just like they're just.
But again.
But I mean, that looked more realistic than the CG snow that was floating all about around
They
them.
worked with what they had, and it was still cute.
Mm-hmm.
We did see the strings that they were attached to for safety, so we're so happy Hallmark was keeping them safe. But we're like, oh, that's the string. Okay.
Yeah.
But then, they got down and made Josh look strong, and as he was rappelling down in a way. Also, I liked how she was in like kitten heels, and then all of a sudden she was clearly running in flats as they were running in the throughout the museum. But the dress was too long for her in flats, so she looked awkward running in the flats in the dress. The dress looked heavy for what it should have made, and it just must have been heavy dress to run in.
Well, I think this is my favorite of the movies so far.
It is going to be one of my top 10, most definitely.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Maybe
what
a
you
top
said.
5.
That's exactly what you said about
Holiday Crashers.
Holiday Crashers.
But I said top 10. Now I'm saying potentially top 5. I went 10, then 5.
Okay. Did you like this more than Holiday Crashers?
Yes, but it's like this one was a little bit cheesy comedy and cheesy / just because we've seen the strings and it had me hooked. Yes, I liked it better than Holiday Crashers. That took me a minute.
Yeah.
Highly recommend everyone sees this.
I thought this was great. Christmas Charade.
Yes.
Hopefully they go up from here. I'm excited about tonight's movie.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I'm again just amazed all the things that they can come up with.
So I think I'm giving this one for writing a 7.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Acting
Agree.
6.
Oh, yes,
Directing
yes.
maybe 4.
I mean, yeah.
There's a
I
lot of
get it.
mistakes.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. 7, 6, 4.
Yeah. Friendly reminder to the prop masters, all those peoples, to remind the actors and actresses, cups have weight in them.
Yes.
Bags have weight. Cases of drinks have weight to
Yeah.
them. A bag has a weight to it.
Yeah.
So just remember, if we're not going to put weights in there, even sand, make them just, it's a little heavier. Anyway, add that to the drinking game.
I don't think I had any other notes. Did you?
No.
Why
Yep.
hostages? Oh, yeah. When they stole the hostages, they're like, "Oh, we're going to trace them down." They're headed towards Main Street.
Oh yeah, there's no.
New York City has a main street?
Does not have a main street that we believe.
Okay.
Anyway, let
Okay.
us know in the comments, please.
Yes. Does New York City have a main street?
Does New York City have a main street?
All right. Well, thank you so much again for listening, and you'll hear from us again in a day or two. I guess tomorrow for our next one, unless we have crazy energy tonight and
Who
record it
knows?
after.
Yeah. Oh, and stay tuned. There is going to be a special episode about the Thursday Hallmark Mystery Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of Hallmark mystery movies. I don't think I have time to watch them. Leslie does. So
But I
we're going to
do.
have Leslie tell me the plot as I react.
Yes.
Or maybe I try and guess the plot based on the title.
Oh, who knows? Got any suggestions? Leave it in the comments. Let us know.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.